I know that you've been feeling so much fear recently. I don't know exactly what situation you're experiencing, perhaps a health problem, perhaps it feels like your relationship is falling apart or your money's going to run out, but you are infinitely greater than this situation. You are infinitely greater than all of these thoughts and feelings. Your true nature, this awareness, this beingness is fearless. It is pure acceptance. It is pure allowing. Stay with me here now. Zoom your attention out 100% and just see this full view. Be knowingly this awareness that you are. Be knowingly this space of consciousness as which your whole life is unfolding. Can you feel where that fear is in your body? Can you, from this vantage point, see those thoughts of being a separate individual, of being this person who has this challenge and this identification to that story that's been going on? Can you just see that and welcome that and allow that? Can you just feel what you're feeling in the body? Stay present, which means stay as yourself, this awareness, this wide open consciousness that you are, and allow this sensation, whatever you're experiencing in the body, to be fully there. Notice that this sensation doesn't harm the awareness, it doesn't harm the space, it can't harm you. You are infinitely greater than whatever you're experiencing and whatever you're thinking and feeling. Come back to yourself as this beingness. Come back to yourself as this infinite, true nature of aware presence that you are. Can you just allow everything to be as it is for a moment? Can you come into complete acceptance of all thoughts and feelings, of any situation, by being the acceptance, by being this spaciousness that if you see as you rest as that, you see as you rest as that, that this is naturally allowing, that this is non-resistant. There's been so much resistance, so much identification with this story in the mind that perhaps things won't work out and that will be a really bad thing. Perhaps you'll go to do something and it will fail, and what will that mean about me? But your true nature, this awareness, this what is appearing, is already fulfilled, is already complete, is already fearless. You can notice that by being that, by being this which you are. Rest as the openness, rest as the spaciousness as you feel everything that you're feeling. Be here with me. I'm with you. I love you. We are love. We are this loving awareness, this loving spaciousness, which allows any thoughts and feelings to rise and fall, any situation to be experienced, and it flows through this space without touching the space. It flows through awareness, it appears as awareness, and awareness, that which you are, this pristine consciousness, that which you are, is completely untouched, completely unfazed. You are this openness, you are this spaciousness. So rest as that, and notice that it is the full welcoming, the full allowing of all of these feelings that you're experiencing. It's tightness, tension, contraction in the body, stories, identification with separation, this belief that you're a separate person who has to do something about this situation, who has to figure it out, who's in survival in this contracted doingness of I have to do something to try to escape, and it comes with all this tension and contraction, and you know by now that it just keeps on perpetuating the situation because you're identified with this lack, with this feeling of separation, of I am not safe. But this awareness that you are, this consciousness that you are, is safety, is the ultimate security. It is existentially safe. You are existentially safe because notice that no form, no experience, no thought, no feeling touches you, touches who you really are, this aware spaciousness. So be knowingly that. I know I keep repeating myself because it's the same simple message over and over again. Be you, but not the you, that character in the mind, that false you, that identification with this being this person who's limited, who's temporary, who's subject to birth and death, who can be unworthy, be unloved, be not valuable. But none of that's true. This beingness that you are is the ultimate value. This consciousness that you are has no concept of worthiness or unworthiness. It is perfect as it is. You are perfect as you are. You are the infinite creator. You are God appearing as a human form. Can you feel it? Can you feel a little bit of spaciousness, a little bit of joy in just simply being? Can you notice the allowing that's just naturally happening as you rest as this spaciousness? As you remember who you are? Remember, it's not a thinking thing. This isn't about affirmations and chanting things to try and make yourself feel safe, or try and make yourself feel worthy, or convince yourself that everything's going to work out. All of these things are good things. Integration into the thinking mind of the truth is a good thing. Affirmations that represent this freedom that we are, that represent this open, aware, loving spaciousness, allowing, transcendent, infinite nature that we are. All of that's good, but this goes deeper than that. This is, in a way, attentional. As in, the attention has been going out so much to these thoughts in the mind, this idea of being this character, perhaps onto the sensations in the body, and feeling this discomfort and wanting to try and get rid of it. But let's take the counterintuitive move. We know by now that resisting this, resisting the feelings, trying to push away the thoughts, resisting the situation, tensing up and trying in desperation to do something about it, we know that that hasn't been working. We know that that seems to just perpetuate it because we're keeping that lack in mind. We're keeping this resistance, this notion that we have something to fear in mind, and there is this identification to it and this belief in it. But can we, for a moment, just drop that belief? Can we just let it go and just be here, just be this wide open spaciousness in which everything is unfolding, in which everything is flowing? And as you allow these bodily sensations just to be there, removing all labels, just feeling those raw sensations, being the openness and allowing those raw sensations without labels, without concepts, just that pure feeling of sensation, allowing it to be there. And it might feel like it's jittery. It might feel like it's buzzing or trying to contract or something. And notice that every time your attention goes into being that character in the story, that contraction contracts up again. It's like something bad could happen. Identification with this story about a future that I may be harmed, something terrible might happen to me. Zoom out from that for a moment. Just try this with me. Just be here with me. Just be the openness and allow that bodily sensation to be there. Notice that whatever it's doing, it's not harming this awareness. It's not harming you as consciousness. And as you feel that and allow that, you can feel that there's some movement there. Perhaps it starts to expand a little bit. Actually welcome it. Just allow it to fill you up. It can't harm you. This is all the fear and contraction that's been trapped in the body and this holding on that you've been doing. You can even sit up straight here with me. My posture used to be just so hunched over all the time. And it's probably not perfect now, but I've been learning to open up physically, and then you can just feel more of this emotional flow, and these sensations start to move, they start to dance and morph and break apart. Can you feel, as you really fully allow, by being this allowing openness, can you feel this expansion of that sensation? Don't worry if it contracts again. Don't worry if you notice your attention getting pulled onto those thoughts again and this contraction again. Just see it as what it is, an opportunity to recognize the truth again. An opportunity to see, that's what's happening. I'm believing myself to be that character. I'm believing myself to be that one in the story, that one who can be harmed, unloved, unworthy. But I zoom out from that. I recognize myself as this open awareness. I recognize myself as this consciousness, this what is appearing. And those sensations expand, and then they eventually dissipate, dissolve. The solid contraction softens and expands and breaks up and dissolves, and there's like vapors coming off of it, like a gas. Sometimes you can just feel it coming out like this. All you need do is rest as you are, but really it's not a doing, it's being. I know it's been hard. I know it's been difficult. I know you can be presented with situations that seem insurmountable or seem final. Nothing is final. Everything in this world of form is transient. And this situation can change. But you must allow beingness to do it. You must allow yourself as consciousness to do it by being knowingly the allowing and letting the situation unfold, whilst you stay aware of your true nature, whilst you rest as this presence. Can you trust this presence? Can you trust this beingness? This is true self-confidence, true self-love, true self-trust. It's not convincing yourself with vain repetition of affirmation. It's being the love, being the trust. By zooming out from the fear story, by remembering that you are not that person. That's the illusion. Can you see that it just comes and goes? Can you see that 1 minute the thoughts are there and then the next minute they're gone without a trace? So it can't really be you, because when it disappears, you don't disappear. You just remain here, completely untouched, completely undisturbed. You're just in pristine condition. You're still 100% you. Even if all of these thoughts about your situation or all of these feelings about it just disappeared, you're just still 100% you. You're just still 100% this openness, this spaciousness, this awareness, this consciousness. My intention for this video is for this just to help someone out there, whoever you are, even if it's just one person, wherever you are, wherever you're watching from, whatever's happening in your life, know that I'm here with you. Know that you are loved. Know that you are love. Know that you are beyond this situation. Remember that you are this infinite beingness. Remember that you are beyond birth and death. Remember that this situation can change. Remember that when situations have changed in your past, it's kind of like when you finally gave up. It's kind of like when you finally just allowed. And when I say you gave up and when I say you allowed, it's really that there was this softening of identification around being that character who's struggling. And you kind of gave that up. You let it go. You set it free, and you just allowed yourself to feel everything. And perhaps you had a good cry. Perhaps you had a good release, and then you felt this spaciousness, and then things started to change. It just happened automatically. You didn't have to do anything about it. You might have taken some action, but it was like you were being sort of pushed or just flowing, like being pulled down this, just sort of flowing down this river. The spontaneous actions, the right next action, intuition, move, call that person, do that thing. Leave that relationship, or don't tell that person what's been really in your heart, or leave that job and take that leap of faith into the unknown. Put out that offer, make that call. Remember the saying, the cave we fear to enter has the treasure we seek, or something along those lines. But this cave is really inside. There may be an external action that you need to take, like something that, an action that's going to happen externally. But entering this cave that you fear to enter is really an internal thing. It's the full allowing of everything that you're feeling and everything that you've been thinking without judgment. Allowing beingness to take over, allowing presence to take over, allowing universe, the God, whatever you believe in, just to allow it to take over, allow it to do the work. Can you hold an intention for the situation to change, for that abundance to come, for that health transformation, for that relationship resolution? Can you hold that intention in this open beingness? Can you remain in gratitude? Can you allow that desire to be the fact you already have it inside? The kingdom of heaven is within, as they say. Knowing that this true nature lacks nothing. See that it lacks nothing by being it. All lack is in the mind, in thoughts of I can lack, I need something to be safe, to be worthy, to be whole, to be secure. That's a story, see? True nature, this beingness, is already whole, is already complete, is already fulfilled, because it just is. It just is natural openness, natural lovingness. All thoughts of being a separate individual are thoughts, are concepts. All thoughts of being less or more than, being worthy, being unworthy are thoughts. They're not real. The true reality is this beingness. The true reality is you, is what is appearing. Sorry about any background noise, by the way. I don't think I'm going to edit the background noise out of the video, because this is going to be a natural one. I think there's some idling bus there. It's Mexico. You just have to deal with the noise here. Well, Playa del Carmen, Mexico, anyway. It's pretty noisy here. Acceptance, remember? That's what I have to do. That's what I have to be. Over the last few days, I've put a lot of energy and love into creating a free resource for you called Anxiety Essentials. And in there's a guided process to help you release fear and anxiety. I really truly believe this is a really transformative process that's going to be of assistance to a lot of people, hopefully, or just one person, because that's all that matters, really, doesn't it? So check that out in the description below. It's for you. I made it for you. And I think I'm going to close this video off now, because this idling bus doesn't seem to be going away, and I get complaints about the noise in my videos sometimes. A lot of the time I use the noise removal stuff, and then it kind of sounds a bit fake or something, because I think AI does something with my voice to remove the noise or whatever. They say the highest teaching is silence, and that's why sometimes I'm just silent. So much love. Peace.